Okay, so welcome, ladies. Thanks so much for being on. So we're just going to do a very, very quick recap of SKO and then go over our first week of our 90-day action plan and our numbers going into our second week. So who wants to go first and give me their first or top three takeaways from summer kickoff? Because all of you guys are there. Who wants to go first?
Oh,
BJ, you can go. I'm choosing you. I'm putting everyone else on
okay.
mute.
I was going to put my hand up. So for me, Colin James, he was one of my biggest takeaways about slowing down my words, pronouncing them correctly, stop speaking so fast. I think we spoke about being in the fitness industry. We try to build excitement, and I speak really fast, and I know I do. So it was about slowing down my words, deepening my voice just a fraction, because that's you know what I mean. And then the whole, the journey's hearing growing to there. So that was a big takeaway for me, and I have been using it at work a lot. So yesterday and today. And Angelique and Dave, for me, they're speaking about, be authentic, which, I always am authentic, but, they just cemented it for me to be authentic, and talk to the people, dive into their lives. Why do they want to, what's their issue? Why do they want to lose weight? And being present. So not so much on, our big phones, and being present and, listening to people around, watching them, talking to them. So that's pretty much only two, but two with two subtitles. So, cool. Yeah, so that was massive for me.
Yeah. And there might be other things that as we go along and we hear from Renee and Lizzie Beach, there might be other things that come up that you might kind of think about. So feel free to jot them down or make a mental note, and we can come back into that, because I know there's so much to absorb over 2 days, and it was such a great event. It really was. I went into it a little bit hesitant, thinking, it's not going to be that great because it was a different venue. And I knew it was going to be smaller, but it was actually really, really good. And I've actually spoken to corporate today, and I've given them some feedback. So that was really cool. But thank you. That was awesome. So I'll just pop you on mute and I'll just hear from Lizzie. Lizzie, what was your takeaways?
Okay, so like BJ, I absolutely love Colin James. So I loved the pavers concept. So P for physiology, what does your body convey in movement? A for auditory, as sound, and like BJ said, the speed and, your voice and your intonation. V for visual aids, showing people the stories and slowly revealing, and your gestures. E for energy, confidence, intention, and having a really clean way of displaying it. E for, I did that already. I can't spell, and it's only a 5-letter word. R for relationship, and I've got it written down. R for relationship, so talking with people, being present, interaction. How do people experience you? And S for storytelling, so people buy stories. So how do you add value, and how are you presenting your story? So that was big for me, as well as him going through the different types of intelligence. So analytical being your logical intelligence, emotional being your emotional intelligence with empathy, maturity, and somatic being that really like animalistic type feel, motivation, courage, and roar thing. Then I also loved Jen Patch. I'm terrible. I liked her so much, and I can't even remember her name. Okay, so her table that she told us to make with your current pain, your perceived pain, and your dream, and the 3 vertical columns. And then your categories being money, time, health, and purpose. So in the first column, you put your current pain. What are you experiencing at the moment? In your second column, you put your perceived pain. What are you trying to avoid in order to, basically, what are you trying to avoid? And on the other side of that is your dream. So you have to go through the perceived pain to get to the dream, basically.
Yeah. Awesome. She was really good. Yeah, she was really good. I heard that that one that she presented. She did that at Raw and Real. So that was really, really good though. So I love that, because it actually helps you really build some clarity, I think, are actually around your behaviours. And, you know, it's another way of actually looking. I think that pain that's keeping us away is actually like fear in a way. So, yeah. So it's really, yeah.
Do you want to do a third one, or have I talked too much?
No, please go. Please go. And as I said before, if anybody else wants to add anything else as well, we can certainly do that. So, yeah.
Cool. So the 9 C's that the Norries went through. So connect. So 15 people per week. 2 is cultivate, foster the relationship. 3 is collaborate, organize and create a way. 4 is conviction, write a powerful mission statement. It has to have teeth. 5 is compassion. What can you do to make people care? 6 is clarity. What are your guiding principles? 7 is congruency. 3 things you can do to be more authentic. 8 is courage, to make the first move and declare with intention. And 9 is cleanse, be a product of the product.
Yeah. And
okay,
10,
I'm done talking.
That's okay. And 10 was culture. So 10
was culture.
Yeah. So 10 was culture. So create and cultivate and protect your culture. So yeah, they were actually really good. So those, if people are watching at home and you're taking that down, hopefully you can go back and actually take those down and write them down, because what we were actually asked to do by the Norries was make that our action steps. So it was in the week actually to do the numbers. So it was 10 to 15 new connections in the week, cultivate 20 connections with past people, collaborate. So look for 3 ways, cross-line, downline or upline to collaborate. Writing out your mission statement with teeth. I think that's a really, really, really great one for people to actually really get stuck into. And, you know, so I can find mine. How bad that I don't actually know it off the top of my head. But that's probably something that we can, if we, you know, we're talking about trying to go out and actually trying to make ourselves congruent and real and authentic. Well, make your mission statement, make it, and then declare it. So that's part of the, you know, courage, make the first move and declare your goals. Like I just threw BJ and Renee and Danny into the fire. I'm like, I didn't go give you guys a chance to back out of doing the live when you actually registered for your ISA body. I just threw you in there. But wouldn't it be great? So I'm putting out a challenge to all of you to create your personal mission statement, and I'm adding to that challenge to have courage and to declare your mission statement with goals to your audience with a call to action. All right, 10% off. So we've got to put it all together, fuse it all together, okay? So, you know, my mission is to create healthy, happy, sexy mums who live a life of fulfillment and passion and financial freedom through the vehicle of network marketing, right? I'm looking to collaborate with 5 more mums who want this for themselves and to forward and create a legacy for their friends and family. If this is you, please contact me now. I've got an incredible offer for you, 10% off this week. You know, it'll be a fusion of that. But, you know, we've got to have courage. And I know Ren, you might be able to talk into this in a little bit. We have fear around doing the live. You don't even know who's watching you. Seriously, you might have 0 people watching, right? Who cares, honestly? What happens if your live, though, however, goes to the person that you need to speak to at the time of speaking to them because they've been wishing for you to show up? I look for that. I live by that. Someone's waiting and wishing for me to show up in their live feed. So anyway, go Ren. Thank you, Lizzie. They were excellent. Hang on.
Can you hear me? Oh, there you go. Oh, okay, so I've lost an ear. No, leave it. You can't have it. Okay, so this live feed right now is coming to you with Emily. Okay. Say hi. She's trying to put the other ear in. Hi. So I actually took a lot away from SKO. But Was it me? You'll do it. Okay. And I guess like with all the trains, they're all fantastic. But, and I could go on like everybody else and tell you bits and pieces that I took. But I think that I'll just recap on a whole because from start to finish, it was actually, I don't know, there's something happened with me. There was like a change of some way. I sort of come away from that going, you know what, the only thing that's been stopping me is me. I had to get over myself. I've been wanting to do things for such a long time and I don't do it because of that confidence thing. So if it was anything, I think it's the confidence to go, I'm just going to do it anyway, not worry about what people actually think, because I do have a lot of knowledge, I guess, a lot of insights to a lot of things that I know I can actually share, and I have been withholding that because I couldn't get over myself. So that fear stopped me from moving forward. And I think that fear actually stopped me from doing any good in any of my businesses, in any time that I've actually embarked on doing something new for me. I think that fear has always stopped me from actually succeeding in it. So they say to you, if you keep doing the same thing and you keep getting the same results, the only way to change that is actually to do something different. So this time, the one thing that keeps holding me back, which is that stepping outside my comfort zone, I'm going to keep doing that shit until I get over it. So that's why, hence the live feeds, is just keep doing it because I don't like it. And eventually, if I keep doing it, it'll feel like second nature.
Awesome. Very, very good. So, you know, I think that there's a lot of commonality here, right? Because fear stops a lot of people. And it's not like, you know, like just give me a nod if it's actually the biggest fear that you have is not the fear of stepping on the train track. It's what the train might say to you.
Exactly.
Right. It's like the train might toot, right? I'm not scared to step on the train track, but what happens if the train toots at me? We're actually scared of what people are going to say. And I heard this today. It was actually on the ISA Warriors call. I haven't caught all of it. I had to go and have our tax done, which was actually really fun. But I think it was either Susan Sly or Lisa DeMayo, and these guys are huge leaders in Isogenics, huge, brilliant women, even in the field of network marketing, saying that what was holding them small in a space was the fear of what other people would think of them, until the day that they realized that what other people thought of them, or even that fear around that, was not going to pay their bills.
Yeah, exactly.
And it really, I think, and I'm so glad that you have come to the realization that everybody has their own stuff going on, right? So, you know, I remember watching something, and it's like we have 60,000 thoughts per day around about, right? I think BJ's 60,000 thoughts are all about me. BJ's 60,000 thoughts can't be about me. Like, does that make sense? It's like, stop it. Because if we're all having 60,000 thoughts per day, with primarily most of them being negative, like, how could somebody's 60,000 thoughts just be about me? They're not. You're not that special. Like, it's like, you're not that special. Okay, Lizzie, thank you so much, honey bun. Thank you. Thanks for jumping on. I'll keep going so you can catch the recording after this. So thanks, mate. So it's like it's really like that. It's like you're not that special. So it's kind of almost like you actually have to catch yourself in that fear and just go, just get over yourself.
Yes.
Just get over yourself. If people are actually thinking 60,000, you know, actually I think it's 70,000 on average. If people are actually thinking 70,000 thoughts per day on average, and I think that there's 70,000 thoughts about me, then that's my ego coming into play, because it's not. All right, so get over yourself and stop the ego, which really is edging goodness out, and get on with the task at hand, which is spreading your message to those people who want to hear it. Okay, good.
Yep.
So my top takeaways, there's a few. So and this is probably most of my takeaways. I'm just going to pop you on mute, Ren. Most of my takeaways, there was a lot, but there was a couple of things that Angelique and David Norrie actually said, which just really resonated. And so this kind of goes to anybody who is actually thinking about making a change. And I say step up into your power, step up into your life, step up into your message. Is what is the worst thing that can happen? And this is how they were telling, this is the questioning, right, that Angelique Norrie was saying around getting in, diving in, BJ, like you said. And when people have the objection, oh, I'm not sure, this is happening, I don't know, right? What's the worst thing that could happen? You buy a pack, you put it in your body, it doesn't work for you, you feel worse than you do right now, you can send it back and get your money back. What's the best thing that could happen? You lose the 15 kilos that you've been talking to me about, and you feel amazing, you sleep better than you ever have, you have more energy, you're a happier mother, and you just take off in life. Imagine if that happened. Those lines there were incredibly impactful, because these are questions that you can actually ask of yourself on a daily basis when you are actually going to pick up the phone and talk to someone. What's the worst thing that can happen here? Someone can say no and hang up on me. That's okay. If somebody's that rude and they hang up on you, they're not meant to be in your circle nor your business. What's the best case scenario here? They'll be so receptive to my information. They're going to be incredibly grateful that I rang, because they've been waiting for me to ring. What's the worst case scenario here if I do a live? Nobody watches it, or somebody comes on and makes a negative comment. I control my social media. I can delete, block, and take off people's comments and move them away from my circle. What's the best thing that can happen here? That my message, my voice, my purpose goes across to 1,000 people, and it gets shared to 1,000 more, and people hear what I have to say. Please ask yourself that question every single time you are on the fear line. What's the worst thing that can happen, and what's the best thing that can happen? All right. So, it's the questions that we're not asking, which are the ones that we need to, right? So take the time to take the dive into people's life. It's your job to uncover the emotion. It's your job to allow people to love, dream, and hope more. And that's what I think you were getting at, BJ. That was Angelique, yeah? All right. The other thing that I love, I loved Brett and Sammy's line about leadership, that leadership is the byproduct of being totally and utterly absorbed in the service of other people. I really, 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 really love that. I love their piece. I think Sammy looked amazing in her red. And then the other piece that I love that really resonated into, like a heart-based service, authentic, hey Dan, movement forward, is that what we do is not about the lanyard, it's about the legacy. I love that Angelique Norrie said that your purpose here is not about your lanyard, it is about your legacy. And everything that I know that I do really in my heart here is actually about creating a legacy for my family, for my children, but also for your family, for you and your family. That, legacy has always been a word that I have tied myself to in this company. It's always been on all of my vision boards, that if I was to die tomorrow, people would actually remember me for the things that I have done for them, not about the stars on my lanyard. That was the big thing. The other massive thing, and I hope that somebody actually had this part of David Norrie's presentation, and don't worry if you didn't, because I'll be bringing it out somewhere at a launch party, was how amazing and visual and impactful was it when he brought out those 2 tubs and the tub, remember the tub that had nothing on it? And he said, you can go to the supermarket and you can buy this tub. And what do you get in this tub? You get nothing. You just get some random low quality something that you get from the supermarket. You don't even know what's in this tub. They like kind of threw it down. And what do you get in this tub, this isogenics tub? What do you get in it? And it didn't have the wrapper on it, remember? It just had all the pictures of the people's transformations. And he opened up the top of the canister and he pulled out a note, a $100 note. He goes, you know, in our canisters, sometimes there's money in there. But you know what else is in there? There's dreams, and there's hope, and there's future, and there's legacy, and there's people. That's what's in our tub. You can't buy that on a supermarket shelf. Now, I hope you guys that were there love that, and that implanted into your cells, and that when you do a presentation, you speak with that much conviction exactly about that. And for everybody at home, if you are ever doing a presentation and people ask you what you get in isogenics, that you say exactly the same thing. That how lucky are they that when they buy isogenics and they open up that tub, that they get you. You're so fucking special. They get you for free. And that is priceless. Seriously. Like, I just, you know, whew, that got me so fired up when he said that. I got goosebumps, because that is so, so true. The biggest thing that people get when they buy isogenics is they get us. They will never get anything like this when they buy something from a supplement shop or a supermarket. And you really, 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 really need to be proud of that. And then the other thing that I love that he said was that you have to vow to be a difference. You have to vow to be the difference in your life, and you have to vow to be the difference in other people's lives. Okay, that was my piece. Very passionate about that one. Danny, what were your 3 takeaways from Summer Kickoff? I unmuted you.
Disturbing anyone?
No.
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah, I'll just jump over here so I'm not annoying anyone else in the house. Oh, I'll turn my light on. Yeah, I think like one of the comments, I'm not sure what's been said already, so don't
That's
mind
right,
me if I'm
mate.
repeating something.
So you give us your takeaway, that's fine.
Yeah, I think we don't build businesses, we build people, and people build businesses. I think that was really good. Like huge, because like it's so much, it should be the passion, because we want to work with the people, we want to build the people, and then if we build them and we train them correctly, U+2, and we do that and support them along the way, then you build a business through building people. So that was a really good one.
Absolutely.
What else? There was so much. Let me think. Is it Colin James?
Yeah.
Colin James, he was like just like out of this world. That was great. Just the body language and the gut feelings and the analytical thought process and all that sort of stuff. And it's so relative to everyday life, I suppose. But yeah, in a business perspective, it was very relatable too. I could have watched him for 2 days.
How funny is he? Yeah.
Oh, hilarious. But what I found interesting, when someone else come on the stage, you could see he was quite what's the word? Introverted. Like when someone else took over, he just hid in the corner type thing. So you could sort of see his real personality, which when he was giving his talk, he was in the moment and just went with it, loved it. Yeah. But yeah, it'd be interesting to meet him on a personal level. That'd be just to see the difference. Well, he was a ripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just while you think about something else, I'm just going to add something into what he talked about. So remember that he talked about soma, so somatic, which is gut, so which is really the essence of our energy, which is our soma for those watching at home. Somatic is our gut, so it's our gut feeling, our gut instinct. But the power of your soma is the power of your courage. And then another side of that was that he's like, so this somatic feeling is your intention, and that you have to be very, like, people will actually smell your intention like your BO. Just saying. So if you are coming across from a very, you know, push, desperation, hard out, winning, kind of all about me, not about them, then people will smell that. So your intention has to be very clear of heart service to the other people with what you're doing. And if right now that's not you, then you really just need to have a think about that and actually figure out how you can change it, right? Because Isogenics is a service-based business. How can you come back into being of heart service to the other person instead of the getting game? And that is a word that needs to come out of everybody's vocabulary, is that we don't get people. As we understand people, we certainly do not get people into our business. We assist and we help and we educate and we inform, right? And we bring them in. What about if we actually changed and we reframed our language, and instead of saying I'm going to get people, what about I said I'm going to bring people? I'm going to bring so many incredible people into my business this week. Five people are coming in. I'm bringing 5 brand new people in who are ready to transform their life. Yeah. I really, that's quite powerful, because that's a completely different intention.
Yeah. I suppose number 3 for me would be storytelling and telling a story, because then that would bring people in, because they want to be. You've told them a story. You've told them where you are from left to right across the way Colin James explained it, and then right to left. Yeah. So then
I still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, and so that storytelling is massive. Yeah, because you can take people on the journey, and then hopefully you can go on their journey with them.
I know. So, I'm still trying to, like, if I was to do my storytelling on screen, which way am I doing it? Like, am I going from, like, left to right?
So no, you got to go from, hold one hand down. Yeah. So hold that hand down. Yes, you go that way.
Yeah.
That down, that up for
that's
us.
My right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going
so right down.
And
right to left.
I love
which
that.
Which is the same. So yeah.
So I'm still mirroring out, right? So I did remember that when we practiced, remember in the hotel room and everyone was there and we were practicing, and I remembered right hand was if I'm mirroring and I'm presenting to stage, that here is where I was, and I was so low and defeated and I needed to change, and as I moved through, this is what I found and this is where I was, and then I speak up into my mission of where I'm going, and and I'm bringing you with me. That was really good. He did a little bit of body language stuff at one of the other events, but he never did that. I mean, he did his walking from stage, but he didn't really do that down present guitar, which I thought was really, really awesome. So
yeah, it was.
Yeah, and I also love his style of presentation, because you never ever feel flat with him, because he uses such solid and intelligent humor to break what can be 3 hours of presentation. He uses such smart, intelligent humor to break it up all the time, which, hands down, is incredible. So, did we know how lucky we are that he's actually moving to Mount Macedon?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's so close to us.
Where did he live?
Well, I stalked the other lady, BJ. Did you ask me whether that's his partner? And so I stalked her Facebook, and they're partners. And then they said they're moving to Mount Macedon, and they needed a cabinet maker. So I was like, messaged her, and I'm like, oh, my husband's a cabinet maker. He's in Wallen. If you haven't found one, I'm like, oh, I can get a connection. I can go to their house and I can get free coaching. So
absolutely, yes. So, invite him to a Monday night. We can hang out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And thank you, Dan.
You could bring him into the business.
Yeah,
bring him into Isogenics.
I'm sure he's probably already somewhere in somebody Isogenics. But one other thing that I really loved was that and I've heard him say this before, that the secret to all business, any business, doesn't matter what you're in, the gym, BJ, in the driving school, Dan, in network marketing, whether that be full-time or part-time, or, in the girls' nursing jobs, or as a parent, or wherever you are, if you want to move forward every single day in whatever you're doing, whether that be even in the 16-week challenge, right? Let's say in the 16-week challenge, people doing, transforming their bodies, transforming their lives and businesses, you have to do the work. You got to do the work. Nobody else is going to do this for you. If it's up to me, if it's to be, it's up to me. You have to do the work. That's, he tells the story about Jerry Seinfeld, and, they pay him thousands of dollars. He comes out on stage and he presses go on the screen and it says, do the work. It's like, there's no secret. Like our accountant said to us today, oh, you do all right for yourself, don't you? And I said, yeah. So network marketing works? I said, it works if you do. It's true. You can't turn up into this and click your fingers and think that your $1,000 a week is going to show up because you click your fingers. Your $1,000 a week is going to show up if you have conversations, if you delve yourself into learning, and then if you duplicate your learning across to your people. So, yeah. All right. So that's probably that about it. And look, I loved it. I spoke to corporate today about the fact that I was a bit worried. I didn't think it was going to be a good event because it was smaller. It was smaller, by the way. Last year they said they Kath couldn't quite remember, but she thinks they had about 1,800 people there. This year they had 1,400, just over 1,400. But they felt that it was a better event. It was at a smaller venue, and that it was more festival and it was more community based because not everybody ran away. So yes. Now week 1, how were your numbers for your 90-day action plan? Did you have our numbers?
I don't have mine.
Did you want to talk? Yeah, no, I don't have mine handy myself.
Okay.
Because I only just walked in the door. Yeah.
That's okay. That's all right. Well, guess what? You know that we are human, and so sometimes we start our weeks off with the most incredible intention, and then we do get busy because we have to travel away, and then we do conferences. So I'm going to put my hands on my heart and say exactly the same. I had my numbers filled in and really strong and solid until Wednesday, and then of course we petered off. So the best thing about this is, of course, our business is self-directed. We are our own bosses, the bosses of our own multi-million-dollar company. So again, if it's up to me, I take full responsibility for where I'm at. And how great is it that I don't get sacked and I don't get reprimanded or I don't take a pay cut, or so I just go, that's fine. That last week was a learning. I get to come in again. I get to put my numbers down on week 2, and off we go again. So how awesome. Personally, my week has started off with an incredible bang because, yay, finally, the 10% discount came through. Finally. So we've done 3 enrollments today. I've got 2 to put through for a girl, which takes a consultant, and then I've got another 2 in the pipeline. So it's been great.
Awesome.
And that hasn't even been with me following up my list yet. That's just simply me getting on top of these ones finally. So, yay.
Awesome.
Yeah. So how about you guys? What's going on? And so I'm committing to exactly the same same numbers in terms of follow-up, everything from last week, except, so what have we done? 3, and I've got 2 more in the pipeline. Look, we are bringing in 6 brand new incredible people this week into our business. So we're going for 6.
Yep. Yeah. I enrolled 2 today.
Yeah, no, congratulations.
Yeah, so that's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So then, and then just I'll get my book out later. I haven't even unpacked my bag properly yet from yesterday. So got in last night, and then I'll better get the book out and have a look and set up a plan of attack for this week.
Absolutely. So voice it, give it to me. Just voice the intention. How many people are coming into your business this week?
I'll sign up another 2 this week.
Yeah. So
and,
bring in.
Bring in another 2.
Yep.
And and contacts everywhere, messages everywhere, likes, and get on Facebook and do what we do. Awesome.
So intentional. Remember too, with the intentional with the list follow-up. So it's like, comment, private message, intentional friendship basis, and then flow on. So remember to like, comment, add value, message. Awesome. Good work. And don't forget to keep us all up to date weekly with your challenge, mate. Your live got watched by so many people. It was 40 seconds, right? It was 40 seconds, and when we checked it, it had like 600 and something views. So you need to be setting a reminder that you need to be checking in with your audience once a week, because that's what you said you were going to do, and you follow through on that. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, for sure.
Good work. I look forward to supporting you, bringing your 4 people in.
Okay, beauty.
Yeah. Go, Beach.
I honestly, like, hand on heart, haven't even looked at it, because like I got in midnight or 1 o'clock. I got home on Sunday and making an excuse. And then I worked all day yesterday and started at 5 and walked in the door at 6:30. So haven't even looked at it. But I've been making lots and lots of talks and calls with people, not calls, but talking to lots of members. So they did see, people have been asking me about the challenge. So that's really good. Asking me, what am I doing? What's it all about? So just making, talks with people, making sure I'm at the gym working out as well. So it's the curiosity's there. And oh my God, giving away those bars. It's killing me, but I'm giving away my lemon bars to everybody.
Oh, no.
They're not in my food plan, so.
Oh, yeah, that's okay then. That's fine. But that's clever. That's clever, right? So I would be, so to just declare the goal for the week. How many people are you bringing into your business?
Bringing in 2.
Awesome. Great work. Congratulations. So you 2 have publicly declared and Renee as well. She publicly declared her 16-week challenge. You guys did it. So people are watching you now, right?
Yes.
So you, same thing. Those people who have publicly committed to their 16-week challenge need to set yourselves a reminder to do a live again of your weekly takeaways and where you're at, right? Remember that people buy our stories. They love into our vulnerability. That does not mean at all that you make shit up, but they love us being human. Okay, so remember to really speak around that. I found it difficult this week. I flew back in from Brisbane and I was all over the shop, but like you talk into that. But make sure that you're flowing your story. Have it go for about 3 minutes, maybe 3 to 5. And build up to it. And when you are on camera, wear your Isogenics gear. When you're in the gym, wear your Isogenics gear. Even if you're at Envy Beach, I know that you're at your own gym there, but I would be wearing my Isogenics gear. I would be carrying my shaker. And people
what I got? That cup I got, Daniel? Did you see the cup? Yeah. So I was walking out, like I got the hot drink cup. Yeah. So I'm walking around that this morning with just boiling water in it, just hot water, because I like hot water. I'm walking around with that, and people are like, where'd you get that cup from? It's really cool. I want one of those cups. I'm like, well, I can get you one, but you actually have to do this. And they're like, oh, can I look at one? I'm like, well, you have to go on and join. And so it's just, and you're right, wearing the product and walking around with a coffee cup and stuff, really.
Can we actually get the cups now? Or was it only at the thing?
I don't think so.
Oh, cool.
I think they're only there, like it says 10-year anniversary, so I'm not sure if they're available.
Maybe been an event one. So that's, the power of the subtle advertising, is just the thing. Like, I don't go anywhere anymore without having something Isogenics on me. So whether it be that backpack from Vegas, which has got Isogenics down the side and clearly written on the back, or I've got this one on, or my other jacket, or that clear, the the challenge, the winter challenge bottle that, with the Isogenics on it. That is brilliant. Because you go,
people love that too.
People love it. It's a great drink bottle. You go anywhere and plonk that on the counter with the Isogenics facing towards the person, they can't but notice it, right? Like, seriously. Actually, the other day at Brisbane Airport, I had the cleanse in the 1.5 litre water bottle, and the lady said to me, "What are you drinking?" And I said, "Oh, it's just this, it's a botanical formula that's helping me. I'm doing a fasting day." And I was like, no one has ever asked me ever before in my 3.5 years, what are you drinking? Like, ever.
Oh.
So, you know, like, it just, did you guys enroll too into the text opt-in for the 90-day action plan from Kathy Coover? Did you guys enroll?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
I did.
no, I haven't.
So did you
Yeah.
get your text message? Like, you get your text message and it says maybe Kathy. That has how it comes up.
No, I haven't got that.
There's something like, how are you representing your brand or something today? Like, what gear are you wearing? And I'm like, oh yeah. So even when I'm training at F45, like most days when I'm training at F45, I have something isogenics on as well. And then when I'm at F45 too, I'm adding, you know, like I'm talking. I never would go in there with the intention of course, you know, to look at all to be prospecting people. But if people were to be curious enough to ask me, then of course I would ask them how I could help them. I would never go in there intentionally to prospect, but you know, this is who I am. I am isogenic, and I take it really serious. And I love the company, and I love what we do, and I'm grateful for every single thing that they've ever given us. So why would I not turn up in representation of that true brand of something that I absolutely love? Same as when I worked in the National Bank, I wore the uniform because I loved when I worked at the NAB, so I represented them in uniform. Okay, same when I was at Contours, I loved Contours, I represented them when I wore my uniform. Same thing, wherever I am, I'm representing Isogenics, me as my brand and the company when I wear something with the logo, with the word on it.
Yep. And like, I don't know about you, Daniel, but I documented like my food this morning. If you look at my OnV page, I did my oats with eggs, and it got everybody talking like, oh my God, you're eating oats and eggs. I didn't tell them that it was cooked egg, which just, sorry. See, Sam? Like, and they're all going, you're eating raw eggs, raw egg whites? What? So it just, I think you need to create that, like you're saying, create the curiosity so people, you know, are curious about what you're doing and they'll watch and wait for the next post. So
yeah, that's right. And so it's the same. It's like, you know, remember that we have to keep the storefront open. Hey, Chicky. We have to keep the storefront open, right? So we need to make sure that we're, like Dan, you're not stepping so boldly outside being Wallen Driving School that you transition from one day being Wallen Driving School. Sorry, you transition one day from being Wallen Driving School to transition now to being Mr. Isogenics. You don't do that, but you need to have a fusion of how both of them are working in together, and also show me your life. Show me. You've got to show me your kid. You've got to show me family, Danny. You know, show me driving, Danny. Show me funny, Danny. You've got an incredible sense of humor. Show me driving, Danny. Show me a sense of humor. Show me your family. Show me your sport. Show me your health. Right? So you've got to put all of that in together. Brand you. BJ, same. I know that you love your grandbaby, right? So I can see that through your social media. So it's the same. It's like, show me brand BJ. Show me family. Show me grandchild. Show me health. Show me fitness. Show me OnV. So you have to find a way to also fusion all of that in together.
Yeah.
Right? People are buying you. Thematically. Thematically, they buy you. They've got to trust you. And if we're not learning how to build ourselves and build us and our trust, like people's trust in us through social media, we are missing a free commodity.
Well, I was at the supermarket on the way home, and I said the checkout chick said, "Oh, have you had a busy weekend?" I know of her through the driving school. I've told her kids, and then I said, "Yeah, busy weekend." And then she goes, "Oh, I believe you need to be accountable, don't you?" So she saw me live, so it was pretty funny. I just went, "Oh, okay." So obviously I've taught the kids, and she's on Facebook. Everyone sees bits and pieces, so it's pretty funny how deep a live goes.
Always.
Yeah.
And I got this morning. Oh, welcome back. How was Brisbane? I said, it was great. It's fucking freezing here.
Yeah.
Brisbane was great.
Yes.
21 degrees when I got on that plane, and I got back here and I think kicked off. But it was like you know, remember that also when we're showcasing, I guess if that's a way, we're building trust around ourselves and who we are. We're never doing that with the want of the likes or the comments, right? We're not. We're always. I always think to myself, I'm always doing this for the people who never comment. Like never comment.
Yeah.
Never comment. Never like anything. I'm always doing it for the ones I call them, like, you know, they're the stalkers. So they always pop up. Like I go, when they might just jump up and do something, I think, holy shit, that person's still on my social media. Where did they come from? I haven't spoken to them for 5 years, and they must be still there somewhere. And they pop up.
Yeah.
So, like the freaking Vegemite one today. Like, you know, the random like rice cakes with Vegemite. Sophie was giving me a lesson today about how to put her 1 millimeter of Vegemite on her rice cakes. Like, that's terrible, Sophie. I have lots of Vegemite, no butter. She has all butter and a smither of Vegemite, which most of it went back in the jar. And I was like, I couldn't help but laugh at that. And I'm like, that would probably be I knew that actually would create some comment, because I was, you know, you ask for something. Never also forget to actually ask people. Like, people like to be led. So I was taught this recently with social media, is people like to be led. So actually ask them a question. So it's like, you know, like, what's wrong with this picture? You know, is actually asking people for some feedback and some comments. So it's like exactly the same when I did the 10% off one. Now, people don't want to be sold on social media, but we've got this incredible thing. So it's like, message me with your code, like Spring 10. There's no such thing as a code, but it's like, it's a way to lead people into private messaging, because they want to be led. Everybody wants to be led somewhere. So
I might steal that one off you, Lisa, and put it on V's page. So I think
so it's fine.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, look, you know, I'm not that creative, Beej. It was something I jumped. I get a lot more creative stuff through Instagram. So I hashtag 10%, and then I searched through a lot of posts, and I saw that post. I didn't create the artwork; it was there, and then there was this really cool like thing that went with it, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So snapshot, write it in my own language, and then put it up there. So, you know, but you guys think that I'm incredibly creative. I'm just the best copycat.
So creative.
I'm a good.
And did you slap your husband because he was being rude? I'm just going to say that. He was trying to be rude. And nobody was commenting, and I'm like, the inside of my eyelids is what I see.
He was funny. It was so funny because he was, don't tell him. He'll probably pick up the recording. When he did put that and he goes, hold your head to the left and squint your eyes, I actually went for 2 seconds. I go, oh, the dickhead. And then he was out in the kitchen and he's yelling at me. He's like, did you just squint your eyes and look to the left? I'm like, no, I didn't.
Oh my God. Did that.
He knows me too well. And he comes in and goes, you did so. I bet you squinted your eyes and looked to the left. Hilarious.
Funny.
Yeah. So that's really it, guys. So just if you're not in an Ice Body challenge, I would encourage you to get in, because these guys I've seen what you guys have done with that accountability. I think it was excellent. Jump on, register for a challenge. If you're doing one and you're not kind of finishing off, resign out of it and start again. It'll take you right through to the start of the year. Declare yourself and then declare your accountability. So do that side of it, and then also, you know, so that's your personal health side of it, and then come into the declaring what your mission statement is in terms of what you want from your life, and, you know, what you're going to do going forward. So you could even actually do it around, you know, let's say, Danny, I'm going to make one up for you. You know, my mission is to inspire more dads to have a greater life with their families. How I feel right now, I want to help more dads feel that. So I've just started my 16 weeks. I've got 15 weeks to go. I want some dads to come on board this with me. Right now, we've got an incredible 10% offer. So anybody that's interested in what I'm doing at all, who wants to like link arms with me or hold me accountable, or I can hold you accountable, shoot me a message and lead them. lead them, right? Remember that when we do a live from now on. So, you know, if you're doing it just based around the 16-week challenge, remember that at the end of that, the call is always for support, always for accountability. But if we're doing it because we want to take that a little bit further, then we're like, you know what, our program's got 10% off right now. Like, you should message me now, and just lead them in, lead them, give them a call to action. People want you to tell them what to do. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Power on. You can also feel free to shoot a copy of your action plan and put your numbers on it onto the thread. That would be ace. And yeah, let's just kick it off. Beautiful week. Bring those people in. You know, 6 for us, 4 Danny, 2 Beach, and hope everybody else declares their intention of how many people they're bringing brand new to their business this week as well. Power on.
Awesome.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks.
See you later, guys. Bye.